I'm Annie Schusler, and I'm here with Annie Bjork. I love getting to say the name Annie twice.
Yeah.
And Annie is an alum of the Superpower Method for Therapists program. So, Annie, can you tell us about what you do and also where you were in your practice before the program started?
Sure. I'm a marriage and family therapist in private practice in Marin County, California. And before I started the Superpowers course, I was confused on how I really wanted to position myself and market myself in our community. There's a lot of therapists here, and I really wanted to figure out what my message was going to be and was having a hard time figuring that out because I actually do really like to work with a variety of different types of clients. And at the same time, I recognize the value of having a clear message. So
Great.
that was my dilemma when I started and why I decided to sign up.
Okay, great. And can you tell us about just a couple of changes that you've made in your business as a result of the program?
Well, I think the biggest change is just within myself. Like I just feel more
Mm,
clear of who I want to be talking to, and why. And that everybody I talk to, I can be really specific. Like this is the population that I work with. This is my main focus, which was really different than where I was before. The other kind of cool thing that I've set up since the course is that I've been really diligent with the inquiries worksheet that you recommended. And so that was another area where I just had some anxiety, like how many people are coming in, how many people are staying. And so to have that and quantify it and be able to see it feels really good. And in fact, as soon as I started doing it, the phone began to ring more. So I think that's a little coincidental, but I like the synchronicity of it all the same.
beautiful. And I remember you just doing some wonderful work in the group around mindset. And I think that that's something that always happens in the program is that people, when they're building their businesses, when they're making changes in their business, they also need to have some mindset changes. And so that was really beautiful for me to see you going through.
Thanks.
Yeah. And so, who do you think is a really good fit for the program? What kind of therapist do you think should sign up for the program?
Um, I think any therapist that's trying to figure out how to, how do I want to say this? Like, really how to sit into their therapy practice in a way that feels grounded and in a really wise, knowing way. Because I think you did such an amazing job of offering us exercises that made us sit with ourselves
Mm,
and maybe look at ourselves in our business from different angles. And I think anybody who's looking for that or wants that would be a really good candidate.
excellent. Yeah, that's such a great way of putting it. So it's about like sinking deeper into what your superpowers are and what makes you different, not better, but just different from
Right.
all the therapists around you.
Yeah, and kind of owning that for yourself because
Mm,
I don't really think I was doing that before. And I feel like now I have permission to do that.
excellent.
hmm
And anything else you want to add? Anything that you think people should know about the program?
Um, well, I think that there's a real value to having time carved out in your calendar to attend to issues like this. And I'm trying to keep that same chunk of time open for me to continue to dedicate to my marketing and finishing my website and reviewing my copy. And I also want to give a little call out or shout out to the power of the group because I think that when you know that you're not the only person going through this, as we all know intrinsically as therapists, it just makes such a big difference when you know like oh, everybody else is dealing with it too, and it's just not easy stuff to take on.
Ah, such a good point. Yeah. And anytime that someone in the group has a question or has something that they're kind of struggling with internally and brings it up, I would say like 90% of the time, everybody raises their hand and says,
Yeah,
like, me too. Thank you for saying that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it also like appeals to the therapist in me that when I'm able to see something in someone else that maybe they're not seeing, to be able to notice that with them and like, wow, I really see you feeling alive right now or getting really excited as you talk. And that feels nice to be able to give back.
Yeah. And when someone's getting closer to maybe the right niche for themselves or identifying something about their superpowers, you can see them kind of light up. But
Yeah.
if it's you, you might not notice it. So
Mhm.
yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Annie. I really
Oh,
appreciate you
thank you.
being willing to chat about this.
Yeah. Thank you so much for asking me.